and welcome to another video episode of my podcast. My name is Cheryl and this is Cappuccino Crafts, my little channel on YouTube and my corner of the general interwebs where I like to talk about knitting and sometimes crochet and books and maybe some TV or movies and other life and general chatty things that I want to share with you. So please settle in and thank you for choosing to watch this video and spend a little bit of your time with me. Get yourself a delicious beverage and let's enjoy a lovely visit together. So it has been another week. Today is Monday, the 11th of October, and this is a holiday in the United States where I live and I am recording. Historically, it is Columbus Day, which has become... Columbus is a very complicated figure, and what he did and some of the things that followed has a very mixed, it's complicated. And some people choose instead to consider this day Indigenous Peoples Day and to honor the indigenous people who lived here in the Americas before Columbus and any of the Europeans came over and started to settle and colonize. So yeah, it's been a holiday weekend. It is a pretty day today, but cold. Yeah, it's definitely very much fall and that cold weather is settling in, getting ready to lead us into winter. So, I am finished with both sleeves. Both sleeves on my Eyre summer top, which has turned into a tunic because I am short and I had enough yarn to make it tunic length on me. So I'm going to knit around the bottom of the body while we chat. And yeah, I'm really happy that I picked this up again last week after having a little break. It's been very good to have the yarn in my hands again, and reading has been going well too. So I am excited about my fall reading. I have made more progress in Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I think currently I'm about 72%, and it is going to be intense. This ending, I can feel the things ramping up, and things have been getting harder and harder for the characters that we care about, and things are very dire. The stakes are very high for the entire kingdom, and yeah, so oh boy, but I'm loving it. I find these characters so rich, and the world building and the bits that we're learning a little bit more about the mythology and the history um, are all very well done. And I definitely want to continue on after this trilogy. And I was chatting online the other day, people talking about books that make you cry, or crying over books. And it is unusual for me to fully cry at a book. For real tears and a full cry, I think movies and TV are more likely. I think the visual aspect of watching the characters and the events and seeing the emotions on the faces pulls my emotions in more than listening or text on a page. But there are books that have made me fully cry. It just doesn't happen that often. I have a feeling Robin Hobb might do that to me. If not in this trilogy, probably, I think there's a good chance that sometime during the Elderling books, as long as I continue reading them, I think there's a very good chance Robin Hobb is going to make me fully cry. Now I do get a little misty. That's not unusual. Getting a little misty, a little damp on my eyelashes, but I don't count that as crying. At least not a full cry. So yeah, I have not picked up my NetGalley Arc, the coin for the ferryman, this week. I've been concentrating on starting some of the other books that I really wanted to read in October. So I started 3 books this week, and I am excited to tell you what I'm reading. I have started reading that nonfiction library ebook, Ace by Angela Chen. I am, I think, 22% around there of the way through. So I have started it. I am actually reading it with my eyes and taking in the words, and I'm liking it. I feel like I'm learning a lot already, and it is not a chore to read. So it doesn't feel like work to me, And now that I'm kind of in progress with it, I enjoy picking it up to read some more and learn some more. Yeah, it is about asexuality. So explaining what asexuality is, and also as a part of defining that is really analyzing and defining different kinds of attraction that we have, and that it's easy to, well, a lot of times the different kinds of attraction are mixed together. They're not always easy to discreetly separate out. But one of the things that asexuals, and as we become more aware of asexuality and that concept can do, is help us think more deeply about what attraction is and what different types of attraction there are, and also to show just how completely just drowning in sex and sexuality our culture is. It's just at the center of everything, and often you wouldn't very much notice or think about it except maybe in passing. But that's another thing that she is talking about in this book, is what can we learn about how our culture views sex and sexuality, and what importance does our culture give that behavior and that those kind of relationships. So I am so happy I'm reading this book, and I think I am definitely going to want to recommend it once I have completed it. I also picked up The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which is a horror novel. So I am in a spooky October mood, and I am buddy reading this with Lynette, who is an online buddy, and she views some of my videos, and sometimes she'll make a comment. So she has commented on some episodes, and we decided together to buddy read this book this month. And this is the first Stephen Graham Jones book I have read. I've been hearing from people who read horror, I've been hearing his name and hearing about his books since I started watching YouTube, basically, or since I found people reading horror on BookTube. And I have wanted to read some of his books, and this is about a group of friends, Native American young men, and at the time they were all living on the reservation together from the Blackfeet tribe on the same reservation, and they one day went on a unapproved and unlawful hunt and killed some elk that they should not have. And now, some years later, they are all being haunted by a mysterious elk-headed female figure, and they are seeing things, and it's really, really creepy and spooky, and they're definitely in danger. This is a ghost out for revenge. Very much bent on revenge. And I think that's about all I can say, because this is not a very long book. And I think really that's all that anybody needs to know. I'm enjoying the writing. Yeah, I'm enjoying the little glimpses and memories that they share about what it's like on the reservation, and their friendship, the friendship that they all had. And they haven't really been in communication for years. I am enjoying it, and I'm really glad I'm buddy reading it with Lynette. I hope if you watch this video, Lynette, I hope that you are enjoying it. And the last book that I picked up just this morning, I read the first 3 chapters of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte in this lovely edition that I purchased last year, because I knew this was a classic that I really was going to love. I was so confident I was going to love it, and I wanted an edition that I thought was special, because I felt that this book deserved that place of honor in my library. And this is a wonderful fall atmosphere read. It's definitely got the gothic tones and that atmosphere. The writing is so good. It's possible I have read, I don't think I've ever finished, but it's possible I may have read part of a Bronte book before, but I am not sure. I may have tried Wuthering Heights, but I know I saw a movie of it, but I'm not sure if I ever picked it up during school or if I ever tried to read it myself. So, to my memory, the best I can, this is the first time I'm actually picking up one of the Bronte sisters' books and actually reading it myself. I have seen movie adaptations of Jane Eyre, so I know the basics of the story. It's been quite a while since I've seen even a movie of it, so I am really excited to read it for myself, and already in the first 3 chapters, I'm really glad I have it for my own library, and I have it in a really nice edition, because I just get that feel from the writing so far and from how I am engaging with Jane as a character, that that this is going to be a favorite classic. And this month, October, is in BookTube world, Victober. So October is the month set aside for reading Victorian fiction by Victorian authors. And there is a read-along hosted by Katie, I forget her last, Books and Things is her YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched one of her videos in a while. But there are some prompts if you want some if you want something to follow. You don't have to. You can participate by reading any book published during the Victorian period. This is my participation in Victober. I also have become aware of a couple of I think one is a movie and one is a TV series, but they both might be TV series. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been hearing a lot about a couple of things on Netflix that I really want to watch sometime this month. One is a straight up horror, and that is Midnight Mass. It's on Netflix in the US. I don't know what other countries it's available in for Netflix, but if you use a VPN, you can just change your location. And the other is Squid Games, which is a South Korean production, a TV series. It is a sci-fi dystopian. I think it has a lot of, from what I've heard, I think it has a lot of political commentary. And it is about some deadly games. I think kind of in the vein of maybe Battle Royale or Hunger Games, that kind of situation. And I enjoyed both Battle Royale and Hunger Games, so I think I am going to enjoy Squid Games too. And it's been a while since I've seen a movie or TV show from South Korea, and they do some really interesting things, and I have enjoyed a lot of Korean movies, and I also want to read more Korean authors. I've been really interested in Japanese, but I also Hong Kong is a Korean author that I really want to read in the near future. Maybe by the end of this year, maybe next year, we'll see. I don't have a specific plan, but there are other South Korean authors I have been hearing about that I also want to read. So I do this month want to watch Midnight Mass and the Squid Games. So I think that is all that I have to talk about with you today. I would love to hear about any crafting or creative projects that you're working on, as well as how is your reading going, and what do you like to read this time of year, and do you have any fall recommendations for things that are very atmospheric or spooky, or maybe mysteries? I think fall is a great time for mysteries and thrillers and cozy mysteries. So anything like that, or any questions or anything you want to talk about, please leave a comment under the video. I like to chat with people in the comments, and I hope that you're enjoying your reading. I hope that any creative projects are going well. I hope that you and your family and all of your loved ones are well, and take care. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.